Just a couple of housekeeping announcements. City Military is dedicated to creating a safe and welcoming environment free from harassment, discrimination, and abuse. We expect all attendees to treat each other with respect, dignity, and fairness. Everyone is entitled to an environment without harassment, intimidation, or threats. An environment without physical assault of any type, without unwanted sexual attention or contact, without unwanted photography or video recording, and environment without bullying and without stalking. Any conduct that is in violation of our policy or speaks to the order of speakers, officials, volunteers, or any attendee of our event may result in noise or removal from the event. If you witness or experience any prohibited behavior, please report to Gate staff wearing orange officer badges or email info@qcrd.net. Please be ordered to take all reports seriously. Please be excellent to one another. Please be ordered that gratefully acknowledges that our event takes place on the traditional territories of the Seven Nation, who are members of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy and the ancestral land of the Merrill. This land is governed by the Mission Constitution Treaty, a commitment to share and care for the land around the Great Lakes and by the Treaty of Antigua, which reaffirmed the Haudenosaunee sovereignty and land rights in what is now known as your state. We honor the Haudenosaunee and all indigenous peoples who continue to protect and steward this land today. We invite you to reflect on the history of this land and its peoples, and to consider how you can support indigenous communities in their efforts to preserve their cultures and sovereignty.
No, I help my cousin out. Just the young neighbor. He's the one that runs like the so I just come and like free. That's cool. He does it for like 5 years.
Hi there. How's the floor?
All right, folks, it is time. Are you ready? That is what I want to hear. It is that time. We are going to meet our officials and both of our competing teams today. My name is Sigourney Cleaver, and I am your host. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Queen City Roller Derby's home team playoffs. Thank you, Molly. There we go. All right, we're going to kick things off by introducing you to our Buffalo Herd. These are our skating and non-skating officials without whom we could not have any games. They are the hardest working people in roller derby, that's for sure. Inside the backgrounds tonight, we have Apex Detonator and Horse. Giovanni, we have Scroll Canuck and Ziggy Starlash. Outside the backgrounds, Cooper, and Mickey Weedles. Off skates, but still doing very important officiating work. We have jam timing tonight. Rookie mistake. Scorpion, Phoenix, and Dark Molly.
No,
Scorpion operator is Giant Boy Detective. Managing our penalty box is Voodoo Child alongside Butterfly and Kraken. And penalty lineup drivers are Truman and Jingle Honor. All right, it is time to meet your 2025 Alley Cats.
coming. There it is.
Co-captaining tonight, number 009, Locked and Loaded. Co-captain 1096, it's Hannibal. Number 14, K-Buddy. Number 16, it's Ammunition. Number 17, Jelly Bomb. Number 217, it's Thrash Bandicoot. Number 22, She-Wolf. Number 241, Susanna Scorus Rex. Number 252, it's Lich. Number 27, Veggie Cowgirl. Number 4, Pepper Fox. 44, Seafloor. Number 610, Wailing Wench. Number 6210, Malice in Wonderland. Number 73, she's a Rex Kitten. Number 777, Grasshopper. Number 8055, Gorshock. Number 914, Annex. Number 9193, she's not nice. Coaching the Cats tonight. It is gritty. Give it up for your 2025 Cats. And now it is time to meet your Devil Dollies. Number 013, it's Mouth. Number 1759, Merci beaucoup. Number 18, the Hammer. Number 1988, Beetlejuice. Number 320, Bear. Number 324, Little Bit. Number 369, Polarizer. Number 5, it's Jiffy Pop. Number 505, Chickadee Molish. Number 709, Horatio. Number 718, coaching tonight, ooh, baby. Gorgeous boots, girl, look at those. Number 721, what about second breakfast? Number 8008, Andy. Co-captain tonight, number 87, Legal Incognito. Number 905, Hellsprout. Co-captaining number 999, Kiss of Death. Number 18, guest skating tonight, it's Shady. And coaching, we have Toxic Shocker. Alongside Rosie. Give it up for your 2025 Devil Dollies. Let me tell you, folks, this is going to be an intense game tonight. The last time these two teams met up, it came down to the final seconds of the final jam. 2 points difference, and this is playoffs. Both of these teams are eager to get to the champs in a couple of weeks. So we are in for a treat. If this is your first time attending roller derby, it's going to be a whole lot of chaos up front. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of here happening. The most important thing is that the stars on the helmet are blonde stars are white, and everybody else is right to help them or stop them at any given time. The whistle is going to blow, and whichever round the skaters with the stars on their helmets make it through that first half control of the clock. This will be so important because for every skater that they pass on their subsequent pass, they get 1 point. So, we're going to see some very intense moments unfold, and I'm going to do my best to let y'all know what is going on at any given time. Looks like the Cats have locked in loaded up against Chicken Pop. And that is our go. over. Now, we have one double in the penalty box right now. That is the outfield firm penalty box. So, if these skaters in the box, they're there for at least 30 seconds. If they are standing, they have 10 seconds or less. So, they're going to have at least 10 seconds left. We've got two sets of score strikes for Dallas after purple out against Toronto and black and pink for Dallas. Looks like we have a start pass. Horatio by pass is gone. Over to Walker. However, she gets those right hands and has received all of her points, all four, and called that dinner off. If this is your first time out order, we're going to take very common strategy that you are going to see. Whichever gentleman makes it first, you jam it with their points and call it, but then take the other team's score. You got Sheila out for being out of pass and points moving out for the double point. As you can see that team. Now let's look at the top number 999, Shannon for the Dollies. Nice offensive ball from the two college off the line. They taking one a bit of the to get to the box. For those outside players are reformation one of that pass. One is through she pulls for her. Dallas got the moment on to back definition, and so Dallas has the first to go. Because of that, they got on her initial scoring line. She said it has two feet at the front of the track, one feet from there to go. Took them out and back to the for 30 seconds for double Dollies and has a big Kill that has a spot to that throw up to use Alex after this break down from 20 around her. 1, 2, and there's right. It looks like she will be being sent to the penalty box. This is giving the double Dollies a power save. This game was up by 30 seconds to score on a post. Walking down on the 10 side, continues to offense persistence. 2 has established this run, which is what we are seeing right now. We're seeing a very strong tactic to score the offensive line to sweep the opponent out of the pace. It looks like Kitty and Jen have a chance to get through. Here comes take the ball and to coaching from the bench, picks up that make the right move, which is to call that dim bed while the opposing gamer is still in the box. This means that a user, a fresh $7 jammer by the name of Horatio, gets to begin this jam on opponents. Now, as I mentioned, she will standing in the opposite from penalty box, which means that she has 10 seconds or less left in the box. Double Dollies watchers have to act quick to offer us some offense right now. We've got the second point that anyone likes to mention. And it's just pushing people out of the way. One to be very strong. Watch the way to where they shoot cover. You may have to do a little bit of I'm going to get that on that pass. Here to it. Shoulders back on the track line and feel that we're going to get it. Anyway, they're actually a start on Shield. 2 runners over the inside line. All 4 points for the double Dollies. But it looks like Dr. Logan is going to the penalty box and Sheila does not have a pivot to pass that start too. They are going to have to make their way to the after end. And that is a tough ball out there. It looks like we've got several right now out there for the double Dollies. We are just those pressures. And they're going to go right out on that inside fire. The only rule maybe is that if you are getting out of bounds, you don't need to come in to be talking to anyone that you are not out. You are able to help. So that is why we are going to be There's a machine changes that read that is not the last time that is going to happen today. Horatio having a little bit of a following on, but trying to feel like the magic cowgirl and mission. That is a top wall out there from these looks like we have that start map. What we ready to know is we're going to go for the alley cat. Once again, the walker will be straight down their helmet. That is a continuous walker. They are the only person who can be coming to the chamber. Right now, anybody is coming to this walker riding up for the alley cat. And a common sight each word cognito where I said it covers the double dollars. Looks like we have Pepper Fox for the alley cat up against that. So that's out once again for the double dollars. We have one double dollar in our first penalty box as this game begins. Pepper Fox finding trying to find that one word on the inside right now, and then we're shooting out there's not, and there it is. You would cognito. What that is a wonderful bypass formation that there's double dollar blockers right now. They're doing a great job. We hit the outside of here, Pepper Fox out to the line, however, quickly people go too far. Beautiful! He's zero. 5 Pepper back in this double dollar strike high. We get an offensive position from right. Taking the lead, we have a 16 to 12 game right now, but we tell you folks, that is nothing when you can start the first one per pass. This is going to be a tight game. Line up at that middle free kick that must be here. We got Jimmy up again. I think that is going to be much more difficult. We are slowly up the middle. Pretty much just now the last second from one before we start over the race on the first ball. Taking it from the camera almost hit the she got like baby hit the shot. Throwing it in the tire for 2 and 1 because you know what? That's backing up and it's tied against the 8. We have one alley cat roster in the penalty box right now because of a bit of a track advantage. We've got 2 damage for our track champion, of course, alley cat against the ATO with that solid. Looks like we have a first shot and that's the team of it to Lavo in the alley cat for penalty box. Now he will try and there for the double dolly. Hopefully we can right out. Folks, if you see some people selling a little rubber duck, be sure to buy a duck and use it to chuck at the top. And absolutely fine. Even if the logo goes out, be sure to get your ducks before the house. Keep an eye out for 50 different raffles, as well as a food school raffle. You have a chance to go home with a single tour for all right, grasshopper from the alley cat. We have one double dollar walker in the box right now, and it looks like ammunition has Looks like they did have a roll of goals. Grasshopper that came in and pulled back to the line. Dollies, which is brutal. We got cat, which is terrible, heavy, animation and outlaw for the we have a little bit of to the box and we are barely half otherwise moment and we have more than half of this damn box. I'm in there. This is not fun. I'm never not fun. Somebody got taken however. Ammunition, throwing out as well as annex to the penalty box. Penalty box where they are this is a slow down. And there goes Princess Beth. I swear, that is 80 seconds. It looks like we got Brad Comic in the box screen that the German dollar will start this jam on a power jam. They have a chance to extend their lead. They have some help. It should be awkward just like this moment. That's what I would do too. You can see the double dollar blockers are lining up in a traditional offensive position right now. We have one Hellcat watch standing in the box. There are just three Hellcat dollars. All of the double dollars. They are coming to see, and they have two down inside line for 55 no way too, but they have more. No. Don't get you got back to over. On Friday, June 6th at 7 o'clock. Queen City Warrior, we would like to thank Middle City Canine Rescue, who sponsor us our Jam Start Line. Middle City Canine Rescue is a nonprofit dog rescue run by volunteers and supported by adopters and donors. The heart of their work is to rescue children and unwanted dogs that recently put down in shelter. They are committed to providing them with single care, ease of use, and the kind of love that makes this dog right back. Learn more and see a valuable dog at Middle City Canine Rescue.org. And that waiver means that we are returning to play. Each team gets 3 timeouts and 1 official review per half. And you can see that one of the outcasts dots to the right of their score is flashing, indicating that they're timeout kicked. Another very close start for these blockers, which is exactly what you want to see. But Susie got some very and she's all on that after achieving 2 points. And you'll remember, all those points are scored once again. The Jammer must pass the opposing seniors. Kids must pass hips. You can't just drop your shoulders. You can't just kind of headbutt your way through. Headbutt is illegal anyway. Everyone is doing it. So hips must pass hips to achieve a point. You cannot lose it to go over. So Dollies will have one player in the coaching office. She will be tailgating for the Outcast against Pink Upset for $4. And she will be right back now. Leading the Outcast. This is just getting a full offensive help from Fairburn. And up on the right of Rex Dixon. I think that is Pink up with that first shot. And we got Anna walking towards the Outcast. She rolls over, scoring pass. We got I think we got Fair, Taylor, Eagle, we got Eagle blocking. That is one. He gets something up there. Was that not? Yes. She will be the cycle to the back of that back by Eagle and Eagle. And Taylor, one back to the right, and off in the same take a shot, and it was just around the territory. And she was all that she had at the game to the inside line, but she did get all of her points on that half. Once again, we have $1,000 in the penalty box. You can get up to 7 penalties in goal for being ejected from a game, or if there is a penalty just for using an interrupter, no more. There is a chance that we might have to be ejected in general. But it looks like we are having an official review from the Devil Dollies, which is indicated by the flashing pink dot to one of the Devil Dollies scores on the side of the score. Here at Riverworks, Tier and Wine are available at the far side of the track. The sessions are available near Roll Call, and the merch table is located at the front of the stage. After our duck tap and a half, if anybody happens to win that duck toss, they will be getting their prizes from the merch table. We love throwing ducks. We'd like to thank our multi-box for our gym line sponsor, Buffalo Riverworks. A small farm on a dirt road. This educational and recreation path. Stay safe and wear
Campground and event venue. Appleco Farm is a campground and event venue in Gainesville, New York. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/Appleco Farms.
All right, so in this official review, the Dollies coaching staff
We're hoping to have a direction of gameplay penalty against the Hammer reversed. However, the refs conferred and did not agree with the details that were brought to them, and so the Hammer's penalty stands. A direction of gameplay penalty means that a skater applied a block opposite the direction of gameplay. In an extreme example, you cannot turn around and just skate into somebody who is going in derby direction. That's insane behavior. Not to say that she did something so egregious, but the referees have to keep their eye out for the safety of all skaters. And that waiver means we are returning to gameplay. All right, we've got Horatio for the double dollies up against Susanna Scores Rex for Alec with one and a penalty back. Ooh, Susie took Horatio out of play and then pulled her to the very back. However, it did not might not give her the distance that was needed, and it looks like instead Susie has now received a penalty, and so Horatio is now on a power jam. This is going to give the double dollies a chance to extend their lead as Susie has to sit for 30 seconds. Here we go, and Horatio is through. Lead jam to the double dollies, just as the hammer is returning to the track. That's exactly what the double dollies want right now as they line up for offense. And that double dollies line did exactly what they wanted to, which was to cause enough chaos to the Alley Cats that it broke them up for Horatio to skate on through unopposed, achieving 4 points for the double dollies. Susie is returning to the track after 30 seconds. These double dollies blockers are ready. We've got second breakfast, we've got bear, we've got the hammer, and looks like Shady out there blocking for the double dollies. And now Horatio is being sent to the penalty box. This means there is no longer a lead jammer. Nobody has the ability to call this jam off, and it will go for the full 2 minutes. If you have a lead jammer and you go to the box, you use the lead jammer. And Susie has made her way through, squeezing past Bear and the hammer at the front of that pack. And Susie's once again on a scoring pass, tiptoeing up that outside line. 4 points being indicated by her jam ref. Horatio is now back readdressing this pack, taken down by what looks like Hannibal. But beautiful little hop right over that corner. Just as that jam came to its natural conclusion. That is a wonderful apex jump. Nice job, Rage. That Apple Cove Farms penalty box is empty. Both of these teams have a full contingent of blockers on the track. We've got Locked and Loaded up against Jimmy Pop. Evil trying to give some offense off that inside line for Jimmy, but didn't quite do it. Jimmy looking for room on the out, but it's taken out of bounds by Rex Kitten and Annex. Once again, Evil and Cognito trying to provide some offense, but circling back up with her fellow double eye blockers to try and hold Locked and Loaded at the front of that pack. Now she is providing the block separation required to let Chicken Demolition Mouth extend, but it was not enough. Locked and Loaded through lead jam to the Alley Cats. Annex being sent to the penalty box as Jimmy gets through on her initial pass. Locked and Loaded on her scoring pass, running straight into Chicken Demolish, who is not one who is easily moved, and so Locked and Loaded calls off that jam with a tap of her hips. However, she did get 3 points and 1 point squeezed out by the double dollies. Nice work. I told you folks, this was going to be a tight game. We are at 37-37 with less than 10 minutes left in this half. Both of these teams are hungry. And you can see just how hard these blockers are working because the score is so low right now. Looks like we have, is that Kiss of Death out there for the double dollies? Can't quite tell yet. Up against, I think that's Pepper Fox for the Alley Cats. Up against, let's see, we have, looks like we got Pulverizer and the Hammer blocking along with Shady, I believe that is for double dollies. And blocking right now, we've got Ammunition for the Cats. Ooh, wannabe, it's Veggie but a slip taking down Veggie. And since she slid out of bounds, Kiss of Death has made her way through lead jam for the double dollies. And Pepper Fox is through on her initial pass. These Alley Cats blockers, Veggie Cowgirl, Ammunition, Annex, they are waiting for a kiss of death, ready in that defensive posturing. Beautiful little spin from Pepper Fox, and she gets 1 point on Pulverizer before being swallowed up once again by those Alley Cats blockers. We have a slow down pack between turns 3 and 4 right now. Pepper Fox looking for a little bit of room up that inside line. 1 beat, 2 beat. There we go. Shady taking themselves out just a little bit. Nope, that is not Shady. Who do we have there? Yes, that is Shady. All right, we have Susanna Scoreless Rex up against Horatio. We have an empty Apple Cove Farms penalty box, but a timeout has just been called. Who by? It looks like we have Critty possibly calling this one. An Alley Cat blocker is being sent to the penalty box at this moment. It looks like that might be Veggie Cowgirl. Working out a little bit of stuff with our roster right now, but here is our waiver. The referees are once again in position and ready to start this jam. Alley Cat starting off with a bit of a deficit in blockers, but how they have, looks like they've got Annex out there, they've got Foshock. You know, sometimes, folks, a 3-person blocking line is just so versatile and has so much movement in it. But Horatio is through. We jam to the double dollies. Susie getting a bit come up on Bear and Evil Incognito and Chicken Demolish and Mouth on turn 2. And here comes Horatio on a scoring pass. But a bit of a hip check from Susie sends her to the ground. But a bit of a hit from Kate Butter, but it was not enough to stop Horatio getting 4 points for the double dollies. Susie is through on her initial pass as Horatio is fighting their way through, and 1 beat at the front of the pack in the form of Veggie Cowgirl, and that is a full 4 points to the double dollies as Susie has taken out by Chicken Demolish and recycled. Once again, having to work through their Chicken Demolish, Evil Incognito, and now holding that pack definition. And Chicken Demolish, it sounds like a forearm penalty has been assessed. You cannot use your lower arms to block another player. Literally, you cannot punch people. I'm not saying that is what she did, but in our extreme example of explaining a rule, you can't punch people in roller derby. You can't use your forearms. You can't elbow people. But the backs of your upper arms are legal blocking spots, but you just can't hit people with them. All right, the Double Dollies are going to be starting off this jam on a power jam. They have sent out Jiffy Pop once again. Great idea. Jiffy has been skating a very long time. She and Veggie are actually sisters. Their mother founded this league, and so they're through. We even have a juniors league in the first place. And so these girls have so much experience. It's wild. They are such talented skaters. Jimmy looking for a bit of room, getting some offensive help from another juniors graduate, the Hammer. 1 beat, and then Jimmy Pop reaching for the Double Dollies. Susanna Scoreless is standing in the penalty box, meaning that she has less than 10 seconds left as Jimmy comes on another scoring pass taken out of bounds by another juniors grad, Kate Buddy. But the Alley Cats are really locking down this tripod defensive formation as Susanna Scoreless re-enters the pack, getting a big comment on, let's see, we've got Pulverizer, we've got second breakfast, but she slips on past Jiffy Demolish on her initial pass. Jiffy in scoring position once again. And called on that jam just as Susie gets into that pack. Looks like Jimmy got an additional 2 points that lap, and as did Susanna Scoresrex, squeezing out 2 points before Jimmy called that jam off. The hammer is in the penalty box once again, it's looking like, for the double Dollies as the Dollies begin to out this jam. Starting at the pivot line, we've got Eva Incognito, Mouth, and Andy holding that pivot line. Very old school derby looking like up there. Very old school. They didn't even go back to catch. But here comes Grasshopper, smashing right into that line. One beat, oh, it's Mouth who takes her out of bounds and forces her to recycle to the very back of that pack. However, here comes Jimmy Pop sends Mouth out, which allows Grasshopper to go right back. Very close to the nation, but right jam to the outlet. And here it comes, Kiss of Death, hot out of her tail. I imagine we're about to see this pack speed up just a little bit. A bit of a jam race right now. And Grasshopper caused that jam, preventing Kiss of Death from scoring. We have just about 3 minutes left in this half. Once again, folks, be sure to grab a duck from a box that you get to chuck in about 5 minutes. It's going to be super fun. However, the Alley Cats are calling an official review. So Coach Crudy saw something that they didn't really care for, and so we are going to take a brief moment as coaches, captains, and referees confer. Which gives me a moment to thank Centerbridge Planning Group. Centerbridge Planning Group is an independent financial planning and investment management firm that specializes in retirement planning. Based in upstate New York with offices in Syracuse and Buffalo, with clients across the country, their depth of knowledge allows them to be our financial problem solvers. Thank you, Centerbridge Planning Group. We would also like to thank Western New York Thrive. Explore the best of Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Rochester, and the Finger Lakes with Western New York Thrive. Find top local businesses, upcoming events, inspiring community stories, and exclusive deals across Western New York and beyond. Learn more at westernnewyorkthrive.com. So it sounds like this official review is a bit of a strategic move on the part of the Alley Cats. It sounds like they wanted to use it as a timeout, which is very smart considering that they do not get to retain their official review going into the second half. So that was a very smart move. They get to keep all of their timeouts. All right, we are getting back to the road for the action of Locked and Loaded jamming up against Jimmy Pop. We have an empty Alley Farms penalty box with Jimmy Pop up that inside wall, Martin Rudy squeezing around Annex and King Buddy. Blue jam to the double Dollies. Locked and Loaded has one speed. Once again, one speed at the front of that pack, however, powering her way through on her initial pass. Here comes Jimmy Pop, all 4 points. It looks like she's going to call it for a moment, however, decided to keep going. They do have a bit of a lead right now, so they can afford to extend this jam just a little bit. The hammer holding up Locked and Loaded with the back of that back. Here comes Jimmy Pop, untouched on her way through. Another 4 points for the double Dollies. Locked and Loaded making their way through another 4 points for the Alley Cats. The hammer providing some perfect passive offense. Jimmy Pop squeezing out an additional 4 points before calling that jam off. We have less than 2 minutes left in this half. This could be the final jam of this half. Double Dollies up 70 up against the Alley Cats 52. This is still anybody's game, folks. All right, we got Susanna Scoresrex out for the Alley Cats. Up against, who is that? Looks like it might be Kiss of Death for the Double Dollies. Can't quite see. We've got a real solid scrum on our hands. We have one Double Dolly in the penalty box. It's Horatio. Horatio has one, the 3 to beat at the front of this pack. Getting hung up on, it looks like we got Jelly, we got Hannibal, we got Ammunition, and taking almost out of bounds, there it is, and being forced to recycle. Devil Dollies holding on to Jelly at the back of that pack. This is known as a goading maneuver when you hold one opposing blocker at the back of the pack. This allows those blockers to hold on to the pack definition and hopefully force the other blockers to let their jammer spring free. However, that pack has clumped right back up, and we've got Horatio pushing up against, we've got Ammunition and Jelly, and I think I saw Veggie in there. Susanna Rex is moving the penalty box. And that jam has come to a close with less than 30 seconds left on the clock, which means we might actually get one more jam. There are 30 seconds between jams, so calling it off with still 5 seconds left means we get to start with 5 seconds left in the half, plus however long this next jam lasts, theoretically. All right, the referees are calling for, it sounded like we have a potentially injured skater out there somewhere. This gave our athletic training staff a moment to attend to our skaters, which is a good moment to thank not just our athletic training staff, but every single person who is here volunteering today. Roller derby is a passion project for each and every single one of the people involved, because we do not get paid for this, we pay to do this. This is the love of our life and our second job. So thank you so much for coming out and supporting this thing that we love to do. All right, and there is the waiver of whistle, which means we are about to kick off this last jam of the first half. We've got Locked and Loaded, we've got Jiffy Pop, we have an empty Applecote Farms penalty box. And here we go. Blocking for the Alley Cats, it looks like we've got K-Money, we've got Ants, we've got Gorshak. Alley Cats recycling Jiffy Pop to be back out of that track, and we've got Locked and Loaded up against Mouth, Bear, Chicken Knowledge, and Andy. Jiffy Pop getting there with third lead jam for the Devil Dollies. All right, Gorshak trying to provide some offensive assistance, trying to break up that pack for Locked and Loaded, but here comes Jiffy Pop leading on the outside, but the Devil Dollies have reformed the Alley Cats over, have reformed, but it was not quite enough. Jiffy Pop threw 4 points for the Devil Dollies. A bit of a jam is on our hands. Locked and Loaded has completed her initial pass and is now in position to score. Beautifully the Rex kitten setting Jiffy Pop to the inside line, forcing her to call off that jam, and that is the first half, folks. If you have bought a deck to chuck for a buck, make your way down to the outside of the track. We'll be chucking those in just a moment, and these skaters are going to take a 15-minute break. side of the track. If you feel as though you cannot reach the one in turn 1, be sure to check out the apple in turn 3. If you land your duck in one of those apples, you will get a prize. If you land your duck in the extra shiny part of the apple, you will get an extra shiny prize. We will be putting up the winning numbers on the board after we tally them. Just gonna give folks a few more minutes to line up. Turn 3 looking pretty sparse if you want a better angle on chucking that duck.
Is somebody on the other side watching?
Any other duck chuckers on their way down? Make some noise, otherwise we're going to chuck these in just a moment. All right, a couple more people lining up. And don't worry, if you don't make it to the line time, we'll still let you chuck your ducks. The most fun part is throwing it. Yes, you can also throw your duck at the second independent health apple over in turn 3. So once again, I will go over the rules one more time and then we'll chuck these ducks. You are aiming for one of the 2 independent health apples in the center of this track. If you land in the apple, you get a prize. If you land in the shiny part of the apple, you get an extra special prize. Are you ready? Yes! All right, 1, 2, 3, chuck those ducks! Watching you guys to apply if your duck is kicked out of bounds, it will not count. Look at all those ducks. Thank you so much, folks, for participating. We will be tallying up these ducks. We will put the winners up on the scoreboard. If you see your duck number up on the board, be sure to head over to the blue merch booth to claim your prize. In the meantime, grab a drink, grab a snack. We'll be right back to rolling the action in about 10 minutes.
I'm not keeping it up. Meet in the future, guys. Have a shot.
Some weird thing between no, I'm noticing subtle differences in like behavior and things. It's like I miss it. So something about officials taking breaks. So that implies there's
My assumption is and it's my headset. I was like, both the teams kind of like seem to know what they were referring to. I noticed the one down.
Go up and the other team.
I've been dropping the back. Only here. I don't know. It's been fun. We've tall, wide shoulders, jam roughing. I go to go pat his ear, he's standing right in front of me, so I'm like hugging him. Profile, men are more upper body. It's just like they're gonna think I was an asshole. Like, no, that's like have an originally female skeleton, but it's just very upper body. Yeah, it's throwing food at us. I'm not superstitious. I say that. Wookie already made her prediction. We did that last. We had 3 last night. We're ahead of the schedule. I know mine too. Mine too. Who's in a verbal trade?
Are you thinking of someone? Yeah. Nice to meet someone. Crazy.
All right, folks, that is the end of our intermission. We hope you are ready for this second half. This is still anybody's game. Once again, welcome to the Queen City Roller Derby Home Team Playoffs. Whoever wins this game will be going up against the Softies at the championship game coming up at 7 o'clock.
If you're enjoying all of this roller derby action, be sure to check out the Queen City Roller Derby on June 27th at 6 p.m. Get your tickets at Merch because we are not selling them online. This is a fundraiser for our travel
Games. And on August 7th, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Queen City Roller Derby presents Limit. That night is going to be a blast. And we know what that really means. We are back to the gameplay action. We've got Martin Murray for the Alley Cats up against, I'm going to guess it's Chief. No, we have Kiss Out of Death out for the Dollies, and she is through. New chair for the Dollies. Martin Murray getting a bit hung up, but some beautiful offense by Rex King breaking up that Dollies line. To the front of that pack, we've got the Hammer and the Incognito whole pack definition for Mouth and Polarizer. Willoughby and Martin Murray is through. Kissing getting hung up on, we've got Annex, we've got K-Money, Borshock, and Rex Kitten blocking for the Alley Cats. And Kiss calls that jam off before Martin Murray has a chance to score, squeaking out 2 points. Once again, you do not have to get fully hooked free from the blockers to score points. As long as your hips pass their hips, you get the point. You never get, but you never lose a point, even if you are forced to come back in behind. We've got Susanna Squares out for the Alley Cats. Up against who's out there? Is that we have Shady out jamming for the Dollies. We have one blocker in the Apple Code Farms penalty box as Susanna Squares is forced to reset on the hammer. And there goes Shady with re-jam for the Dollies. And she is currently 4 points for the Dollies. Susan is now approaching on her scoring pass, getting it hung up. We've got Polarizer at the back of that pack. And here comes Shady on another scoring pass. Susanna's goal strikes being recycled by the hammer. And Shady gets a little bit of a pirouette on through, another 4 points for the Dollies. And once again on approach, taken out by Jello and the DeCalvo, however, they just needed out of bounds, allowing Shady to come back in without having to fully recycle. Susanna Squares Rex getting hung up on Marcy Boku and Polarizer and the hammer. They have our whole back definition. Marcy Boku at the front of that pack, but Susie is through with 4 points to the Cats. She is through another 4 points to the Dollies as she calls that jam off, preventing Susie from putting up any additional points. She will for the Alley Cats. Dollies blockers holding that pivot line. We've got Mel, Eagle Incognito, Andy, and they're blocking for the Devil Dollies. Right out of the gate, Luigi is sent to the inside line. We've got, who we got out there for the Alley Cats blocking? We got Rachel providing some offensive assistance to She Wolf. Luigi hung up on, we got Peabody, we got Annex circling around the outside line, over the catch Rachel along with Rex Kitten. Blowshot holding onto that tripod, headpinning along with Annex and Rex Kitten holding onto Horatio, who's pushing. Ooh, and there goes a track cut penalty is being assessed to Horatio, giving the Alley Cats a much needed moment. A power trip for the Alley Cats. Annex here wants an offensive assistance, one to be in the front end, and now sends she was out of bounds and was supposed to recycle to the back of that pack. However, she already passed Eagle Incognito and is now forcing to come in behind her. Getting a bit hung up on, we got Andy out there, we've got Mouse, we've got Eagle Incognito holding pack definition, we got Bear on the outside. She will want to go to warm up that inside line. It only took 70 seconds, that's fine, she's not tired at all. And now she's meant to do it again as Horatio comes back to the pack. Horatio with a twinkle toe through skirt past Annex. Either heads up completed their initial pass and is now in position to score. She was getting some bench coaching telling her, you know what, call that one off, let's start fresh. Because she got all 4 points. 30 minutes of liberty is absolutely nothing as a difference. I have seen that happen in one jam. We have an empty Aquacode Farms penalty box as Locked and Loaded and Kiss of Death take the Nickel City Canine Rescue Jam line. Locked and Loaded sliding into, we got Marcy Boku, we got a Hammer, we got Paul Verizon blocking for the Devil Dollies along with that looking like second breakfast out there. Kiss of Death is up against, we got Jerry, we got Veggie, we got Ammunition, Kiss of Death is through, we cheer for the Devil Dollies. Ammunition causing a bit of chaos, and that Dollies blocking lineup is getting Locked and Loaded the room needed to get through on her initial pass. Kiss of Death in scoring position, getting a bit hung up on, we got a little bit of chaos being caused by Marcy Boku, getting her through. Got her middle throw points and being taken all off. Toxic Shocker getting some awesome bench coaching right there, telling Kiss of Death exactly what to do. Kiss of Death getting all 4 points in that pass. All right, we have Horatio out jamming for the Devil Dollies up against Locked and Loaded. A bit of a switcheroo right there at the end of that lineup time. And that is exactly where Locked and Loaded is out of it. Horatio to the Alley-Cats. Now the Alley-Cat blocker has been released from the penalty box. Now she's causing that hold up, and Locked and Loaded has called that jam off, achieving 3 points for the Alley Cats, preventing the Devil Dollies from scoring. Susanna Scolasworks out for the Alley Cats, up against, we got looking like Kiss of Death out there for the Devil Dollies. We have an empty Aquacode Farms penalty box. Full contingent of blockers around the track. Blocking for the Cats, it's looking like we got Ammunition, we got Hannibal, I think we got Joe and Veggie. And here comes Susie scoring right past Paul and Marcy Boku and the Hammer. Reaching to the Alley-Cats. And we got Hannibal! Oh, Kiss of Death has passed off the star to second Blindness, who is now in the Susie has tapped her hips and clawed off that jam, making sure second breakfast didn't have to go up against her teammates. Whew. I wouldn't want to go up against Susie's teammates as a jammer either. I've done it. It's not easy. Those Alley Cats blockers are tough. This is truly a blockers game today. This has been a low-scoring game. We have seen slow packs. That means that these blockers are working their hardest. Looks like we have She-Wolf out for the Alley Cats, up against Horatio for the Devil Dollies. Blocking for the Alley Cats, we have Lyric Kitten, Annex, K-Buddy, and Grorshock. For the Devil Dollies, we have Mouth, Andy, Evil Incognito, and Chicken Demolish, who's just kind of hanging out with some Alley Cats, probably going to cause a little bit of chaos off that start. And we have a bit of a timeout right now, like a referee timeout, as they confer about a few things, which gives me a chance to point out that there are some Queen City Northern dessert and drink specials here at Buffalo Riverworks. I'll tell you a little bit more about them after this next jam, or whenever we have another timeout, because there's a lot to talk about. Chicken Miles dropping real low at the start, about to try and break up those Alley Cats, trying to get Horatio through. However, that gap was filled by Annex shooting across the track, covering that outside line. She will out there looking for a dig on that outside line as well, getting trapped by Andy. Andy inside the middle of that corner. We got Chicken Demolish hanging out. Beautiful little spins, trying to find that lane and get around, taking down to her knees. However, she goes back up. That body is getting extended. Andy and Evil Incognito doing a great job there in pack definition, folks. This is what is extended pack usage. We got Chicken Demolish with his right control of those walkers. However, she was made through, reach into the Alley Cats as Horatio is being recycled to the back of that pack. She moved to the inside line, forced to recycle by Evil Incognito. Hearing some whistles, there it is. All right, Evil Incognito is being sent to the penalty box for 30 seconds. She will look for the with a beautiful little work towards the inside line and some tippy toes on those toe stops, and she gets through. Down a little juke. Another 4 points for the Alley Cats as they are voting into the Devil Dollies lead. We have one Devil Dolly by the name it looks like of Evil Incognito in the Apple Thumbs penalty box, giving the Alley Cats a bit of a track advantage as they send out Grasshopper to jam up against Kiss of Death. Dolly's blockers holding the front of that pack. It looks like we got Marcy Boku, we got the Hammer, and we got Chicken Demolish. This is not an easy blocking line. These are some veteran skaters. They bring up Veggie Cowgirl, another veteran skater, trying to cause some chaos to that Dollies lineup. A whistle has been blown. Somebody will probably go to the penalty box right now. Not quite sure what happened here. Kiss of Death looking to make their way through, as well as this pack makes their way into the apex between turns 1 and 2. We got Joey, we got Veggie Cowgirl, we got Hannah, and here comes the Hammer! Looking at that single-handedly, giving Kiss of Death re-jam. As Hammer once again defines that pack and holds it together. The blockers have to stay within a certain distance of each other. That is what pack definition is. We have referees specifically dedicated to watching the pack and making sure it is exactly where it needs to be. Grasshopper pushing up against, we got Pulverizer, we got Marcy Boku out here. And probably Evil Incognito, yeah, that's going to be Evil right there. These 3 Dolly skaters go back years with one another. They skate together so well because they know each other just so well. They all used to wear purple together back in the day. Big old Pulverizer sending Grasshopper to the inside line. Was forcing her to recycle to the back of that pack. It's a little held up at the front by ammunition. It's looking like a little bit of chaos from once again the Hannah trying to break up those Alley Cats blockers, but man, those Alley Cats blockers are solid. Reforming. The Hammer got the chaos, brought the Hammer even, and There goes a kiss of death. 4 points to the Double Dollies as they approach that century mark. All right, and that jam has come to its conclusion. 90-75 in favor of the Double Dollies. We have one LA Cat blocker in the penalty box standing, indicating that they have less than 10 seconds left in their penalty. We have Sheedy out jamming for the Double Dollies. This is once again a slow scrum as the Double Dollies hold on to locked and loaded, but not for long it seems. As Sheedy is going through, reaching to the Double Dollies, but here comes the chaos from Moonshot and Annex. Screen locked and loaded through on her initial pass as well. We're going to have a bit of a jammer race on our hands as Sheedy tries to score some points before locked and loaded has a chance to as well. But here comes locked and loaded. Man, Sheedy's just so fast. And that jam comes to a conclusion. We have one Double Dolly in the penalty box that is looking like Andy, so the Dolls will be starting with one in the box. Alley Cats have a full contingent of blockers. Susanna scores. Rex is out for the Double Dolls as it looks like the Dolls coaching Toxic is looking for a timeout. All right, that timeout has been called, and now I get to tell you all about the Queen City Roller Derby dessert specials available here at Riverworks. The Devil Dollies Little Devil is a Dubai chocolate bar brownie, and the Alley Cats Killer Carrot Cake. Carrot cupcake, frosting, and sprinkles. Thank you so much, Cupcake, Frosting, and Sprinkles, for providing these sweet treats today. We also have drink specials at the bar: the Furious Frost, the Siren Song, the Saucy's Boss Sauce, the Dollies Deal with the Devil, the Alley Cat Scratch Your Tongue, Mind the Herd, and the Queen City Junior Roller Derby Rolling Thunder, which is our local mocktail. We'd like to thank Front Porch, a full-service creative collective based in Buffalo, New York. Front Porch's inventive thinking, aversion to overthinking, and an honest eye to the business of creation is an approach that makes them, well, approachable. Your creative team, no agency attached. Front Porch's designers have made Queen City Roller Derby's team and new logos and our posters going back many years. Thank you, Front Porch. With that whistle, we are off. Susanna scores. Rex out for the Alley Cats. Up against Horatio for the Double Dollies. We got blocking for the Dollies right now. We've got the hammer. We got Looks like we got second breakfast out there starting to hold the pack definition and to allow the hammer a chance to block a little bit longer. And you know what? That is just enough total and focus to keep Susanna scores Rex inbound just in time to get in before the hammer brought her all the way back. So she's through, and now on a scoring pass once again, trying to find her way through that Double Dollies line, taken out of bounds by the hammer, who will not be denied as she pulled out once again. Horatio is through her initial pass, having pushed through ammunition, Joey, Reggie, and Hannibal. Looks like Annie is being sent to the penalty box as this jam comes to its conclusion. Alley Cats managed to sneak a point in all of that. Andy is now sitting in the penalty box, so the Dollies will be starting one down at the start of this jam. We got Pepper Fox out there for the Alley Cats up against Kiss of Death for the Double Dollies. Dollies holding that pivot line position. You know, some blocking teams prefer to be at the front of the pack, some prefer to be at the back, and they'll really force the issue during lineup, as we have seen the Dollies do over and over again today. We've got Bear and Mouth doing their best to hold on to Pepper Fox as they do, as even the Cocktail tries to come over the chaos. However, that list did not entirely pull off because there goes Pepper Fox with reaching for the Outcats. It seems, let's see what we got going on here. Kiss of Death has removed the cover, however, still seems to be the jammer is not passing off because Evil Incognito is still blocking back there. To the front, it's Annex, it's K-Buddy. This is going to be a real tough line. Rex can roll over that pack definition, however, now she has a chance to re-engage with her blocking teammates. Holding on to kiss of death in turn 2. Pepper Fox taken out of bounds, now being hauled up by Mouth. Gorshak trying to cause a little bit of chaos, breaking up those double Dollies blockers. However, they are not to be denied. We got Eagle Incognito, we got Andy, we got Bear holding on to Pepper Fox as Gorshak tries to provide a bit of help. And it may well work. However, there is Mouth, who is not about to miss a beat. However, now receiving a direction of a gameplay penalty as she scooted back and is leading everywhere against gameplay direction in the left corner. The fancy pass has happened. Eagle Incognito is now turning on the as Pepper Fox comes in on another scoring pass. However, Eagle did exactly what she was supposed to do, which was race around that track and force Pepper Fox to call off that jam. With one blocker in the box, we have 3 double Dollies blockers out right now, looking like Second Breakfast, Marcy Baker, and the Hammer. We have Jimmy Pop jamming for the Dollies up against Locked and Loaded for the Alley Cats. Blocking for the Alley Cats right now. We got Hannibal, we got Veggie, we got Joey. Who else we got out there? Is that Annex? I can't quite tell one. All right, here comes Jimmy Pop with Richard for the Dollies. About to turn it over to the century mark. She is through nearly one touch, a full 4 points. Not to go to the first to the second. The hammer being sent to the penalty box once again, and Lockton Gordon is through on her initial pass as Jimmy comes through with another scoring pass. And she managed to snag a 3 more points, in fact, all 4 points. Before call off that jam, and it looks like I'm going to guess Hannibal might have gotten a 4-on penalty in that moment. I didn't quite see it, but that would be my guess. I'm not totally sure. So 1 blocker for each team is in the Applecote Farms penalty box as we have Susie out jamming for the Alley Cats against Horatio for the Double Dollies. Now, both teams are down to just 3 blockers each. However, as I've mentioned, this can be incredibly versatile. But it was not quite versatile enough because there is Horatio hop skipping and jumping their way into lead jam. Susie has chicken off to be at the front back, and she is really using that stride and push right past. Here comes Horatio. Into the assistance, catching the ball, getting her jammer through untouched. Susie is on a scoring pass, another net, and she's through 4 points for the Alley-Cats. Horatio with the lead jam coming around on the scoring pass right now. Here comes the hammer causing enough chaos. Exactly what they want to see. Horatio getting her points, calling that jam off, and let's see what happens. We have a quick conversation between referees. No points picked up by the Alley-Cats in that lap. 3 points for the Double Dollies. And we have a timeout being called. It sounds like our scoreboard is just a little bit frozen right now. We're going to take a minute, make sure that we have everything covered. And it looks like the Alley Cats. It looks like official review. All right, the Alley Cats are calling an official review right now. Coach Cuddy once again hoping to have a certain call overturned. If Cuddy wins this official review, they will retain it for the rest of the half. If not, they are losing it. And so we will take a moment here to thank some of our other sponsors, such as Embrace You Lip Gloss. Thank you so much, Embrace You Lip Gloss, for being one of our sponsors. And once again, this is a volunteer-led organization, so every little bit helps. And if you're interested in sponsoring your derby here in Buffalo, you can email sponsorship at QCRD.net. Officials now conferring on what was brought to them. Usually this is a moment for dance party, but you know what? Playoffs are a very intense time. Both of these teams are eager to get to the championship game, which will be taking place on Friday, June 6th, right here at Riverworks at 7 o'clock. We'd like to thank Blues Boutique, an amazing online skate shop for skates, apparel, wheels, protective gear, and more. Based in New Hampshire, visit bluesboutique.com to shop their huge collection online. We'd also like to thank Sim City Skates. No time to hit the skate shop? Head on over to simcityskates.com to shop in the comfort of your own home and stock up on all of your skate gear needs. And if you're watching our volunteers today walk around and retape this track, perhaps you're thinking, wow, I love that tape. What is that? In fact, that is gaffer tape from Gaffer Power. If you need some, head on over to gafferpower.com to shop for your tape. Available in all colors, sizes, and delivered straight to your door. All right, it looks like the Alley-Cats had a question about the number of points scored in that jam. However, it sounds as though the referees did not agree, and the Alley-Cats will not retain their official review for this half. Please stand by as we address our technical difficulties from a frozen scoreboard. We'll be having our 50-50 raffle winner at the end of this game, so be sure to get your tickets and keep an eye out as well for our booze cooler raffle, also at the merch table. $5 a ticket, 15 for 4 for the booze cooler raffle.
You could argue that.
There it is. Almost there, but not quite. Looking out a few last little details before we conclude this technical difficulty moment. Gotta make sure all of the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. All right, more to hear about later. That means we are back to the roller derby action.
No one thinks that of you.
All right, here we got Jimmy Ball jamming for the double dollar shoes. Wannabe taking out Argel roll on the inside line. First reset by ammunition to the back of that pack. We got Mitch, we got Joey, we got Reggie Carroll ammunition blocking for the Alley-Cats. One word up against double dollars. It looks like we've got Shady, we've got Pulverizer. And then inside line. However, Jimmy Ball is receiving a 4-round penalty. Giving the Alley-Cats exactly what they need, which is one more. There it is. So will not be a lead jammer in this jam anymore to go 2 minutes. Alley-Cats lining up to provide some offensive assistance right now as they try to gain back some of those points and scratch their way forward to the lead. They are taking out the middle out on the inside line of turn 3. Alley-Cats once again trying to cause some chaos with some offensive assistance. Jimmy Ball will return to the track right now. Trying to be quiet about that one in case they don't know. They didn't score anything. Jimmy Ball is through. No pass, no penalty being indicated by Scruff coming up right there. Walking over being hung up by Sheedy, the hammer Pulverizer, and Marcibo at the back of that pack. Still looking for that Dalo, the hammer causing some chaos. Reggie tells us, no, bro, you're not getting by me today. We've done this before. And Jimmy found her. She gave her sister a big blow. That jam comes to its natural conclusion. Our Cats managing to pick up 4 points in that jam. And an additional 3 picks up by Jimmy Pop. All right, we got Kiss of Death out there for the Double Dollies up against Pepper Fox for the Owlcats. This pack is starting to move. Pepper Fox up against, let's see, we got Mouth, we got Bear, we got Chicken Polish. Not gonna get any fun for Pepper Fox out there right now. I would want to go, oh, here comes the incognito, just gonna make it real fun for Pepper Fox at the front of this pack. Somebody's gonna have to hold the pack definition soon. Here comes Rorschach. Here comes the incognito, also holding that pack definition, that welcome trail of blockers. Now taking Pepper Fox to that inside line, forcing her to recycle. Just enough time to get the Double Dollies jammer, Kiss of Death, re-jam to the Double Dollies. All right, these Cats blockers are lining up, getting ready to catch Kiss of Death one more time. We got Alex, we got K-Buddy, we got Lex Kitten, forcing Kiss of Death to that outside line. Rorschach holding the pack along with Chicken Demolish as the Pepper Fox is being recycled by the Double Dollies blockers one more time. Getting a big pinch on the inside line, trying to get through. Kiss of Death pushing up on K-Buddy and Lex Kitten. We got Alex holding that head in position on the tripod. Holding a little incognito coming through, trying to break up that tripod. Rorschach holding that pack definition. Oh, and almost counted. It's Kiss of Death that only got one hand out of bounds, not 2. She would have been technically still in bounds, having fallen down. But instead, 2 hands went out, forced to recycle. 2 hands up at the back of that pack. We got Annex, we got K-Buddy. We got Pepper Fox up at the front. We got him against Bear. Here comes Kiss of Death. Oh, wonderfully into Annex. Annex coming in with the heavy hit. K-Buddy holding on to that pack definition. Lex Kitten and Annex reloading, holding on to Kiss of Death at the front of that pack. He just wants that day off. He just wants to get through. And so instead, she calls off that jam. She did get all of her points that pass, so it was not for naught. Yeah, fun fact for jammers, if they fall down but only put one hand out of bounds, they are still technically in bounds. That is some track awareness. If those blockers go and skate back to try and pull them back, it doesn't count. They can just stand up and keep going, it's fine. We got Luigi against Susanna Squash. Luigi to the Owlcats. Luigi with the front up on, we got Hannibal, we got Vegetariano, we got Orange, Buddy, beautiful G with the tippy top of the inside line to get, and Luigi makes her way through. Here comes Susie on a scoring pass. Strong legs, strong toes, very nice footwork. But here comes Luigi, one more time for the lead jam that's through Gumby style. However, that jam is called off. Luigi, you got it. Sometimes you just gotta trust your speed and ping pong off a few people. We have an empty Apple Cove Farms penalty box as these skaters line up at the Nicholson K9 jam line. We got Jimmy Pop out once again against Locked and Loaded, a familiar matchup today. Scoring pass, pushing through, bounce on the floor. She is taking no pushes right now. One game for the pack. It's Chicken Demolish. Here comes Andy. Oh! That is that the chest is a real blocking, tall and watery. If you are jamming and the blocker is facing you, you can drop the shoulder and just whack him right on down. That is legal. However, hitting it from the back is not. You cannot hit somebody in the spine. That is a back block penalty. Locked and Loaded getting also a point. Calling that jam off. That here, folks. And some kind of timeout is being called right now by one of these teams. It appears to be an official's timeout, so the officials themselves are conferring on something that they saw.
Yeah, and 2 points at the board.
All right, that is a Devil Dollies timeout. My bad. All right, we know what that leader means. We are in our last handful of jams here, folks. And this is not an insurmountable lead right now. I have seen bigger deficits than this be overcome. We have a radio out for the Devil Dollies up against Susanna Scores Rex for the Alley Cats. We have an empty Apple Code Farms penalty box. And here we go. These jammers assessing what direction is going to be best. Nothing's truly easy, but here comes Susie up that outside line. But these Devil Dollies blockers have circled around to capture her one more time. We got Mouth, we got the hammer, we got Chicken Wash. And it is enough! Rejam to the Devil Dollies for radio! Big hit from Chicken Wash, setting down Veggie Cowboy, causing a bit of grief for these Alley Cats blockers. Here comes Horatio on her scoring pass at this moment. Ammunition taking them out of bounds as they are recycled, but starting once again, ping-ponging off Veggie Cowboy off the back of that Alley Cat defensive formation. The hammer being recycled by Susie. Rather, the hammer recycling Susie to the back of that pack. Hammer, let's see, we got Polarizer, the hammer, and Mouth causing a bit of grief for Susanna's Squash Rex at the back of that pack. Chicken Knowledge holding the pack definition. And it looks like Veggie Cowboy gets sent to the penalty box and is going to break things up just enough. However, nice hit of ammunition sending Horatio to the inside of the track, and she is forced to recycle once again. Both these jammers looking for the room that they need to get through, which means that these blockers are doing a fantastic job today. This has been a very tough game. This has been a very slow game, which means that this is an intensive game. Man, these jammers are all going to be exhausted today. The Apple Farms penalty box is now free of skaters, meaning we have a full contingent, and Horatio is taken out. However, looks like Hannah was also taken out, but Horatio is recycling to the back of that pack one more time. Looks like we have a forearm penalty. It might be getting assessed. There it is to Hannibal, receiving a forearm penalty. And that almost whistle means we reach the conclusion of that jam. There it is. All right, Devil Dollies picking up 3 points in that final pass.
That's not on you.
The Alley Cats have hit the century mark. They have less than 2 minutes left in this jam. Folks, this could be the last jam of the night. If you don't have a great time, if you don't have a war belly, give it up all the skiers. Let me tell you, the turn is everybody's favorite place to find that room because there's a bit more space to look as Jimmy knows very well. However, she is taking out everybody. And a penalty is being assessed to Andy for Devil Dollies, giving the Alley Cats a bit more space to pick up. Taken out by on their initial pass. Jimmy finally almost having some room, but once again, there is Annex covering that inside line and saying, absolutely not, there is no movement here at the end. Locking over, readjusting the pack one more time, blocking 3 of those double dollies, blockers, even for a there is less than 30 seconds in this game, folks, and here comes locking over, points, however. Jimmy Bob really good ball by Alex Hannibal, and it's looking like, I believe, Warshak out there and Katie, and not the name coming one more time. Even coming out and that is hard fought by both teams. The referees are going to confirm that finalize the score. We're going to pick our 50-50 winner. We're going to announce some MVPs. And we're going to thank you so much for being here for the Queen City Riverworks playoffs. Be sure to come out again on Friday, June 6th at 7 o'clock, when the winning team today takes on the Saucies at the Queen City Riverworks Home Team Championship game. We have our 50-50 draw right now. Some lucky winner will be taking home $65. $165. My bad, that's way better. I have a lighter blue ticket here, number 319935. Once again, 50-50 raffle winner, 319935. If this is your ticket, come on down.
I need like 8 of them. All right, let's try.
It looks like